Campbell's comments absolutely wrapped today to be doing something very different. Bob McClure joins me all the way from Ontario, Canada. Firstly, mate, thank you very much for joining Campbell's comments.
My pleasure.
I have to say a big thank you to Woodbine. There's 3 handles there. There's a Twitter handle, a website, which is .coms/Mohawk, and also they've got a YouTube channel called Woodbine Mic'd Up. Hence the reason I want to have a chat with Bob. For anyone that hasn't seen it, these mic'd ups, mate, they are brilliant, and they're brought to you. They're actually also brought to you by InfoTrack, the Chemical Emergency Response System. They're brilliant. We love them over here. Yours the other day with Victor was sensational, and I know a lot of people who created a lot of good feedback about it. So I thought, why not have a chat to you and just get a bit of the lowdown on Bob McClure, a man I don't know a lot about, and obviously I think there's a little funny side to you, the way you handled yourself with Victor the other night, mate.
Yeah, I like to have a lot of fun out there. And the other drivers know that I'm always doing something to bother somebody. So that was just kind of an opportunity to act a little goofy and do my job at the same time. And I know it's surprising, people from obviously Australia, and I had a girl 2 days ago messaging me from Great Britain telling me how much everybody at the races over there loved that video. So it's amazing the way that video traveled around.
It's brilliant. Campbell's comments. One thing, I'll actually show the video. I'll play it. It's going to play up the top corner where a lot of people won't be able to see a lot of it. But actually, I won't, because I want to talk to you about a couple of things about it first. But where I really love it, I want to try and explain that we're not just people that work around on the punt. If you like, we 99% of us, I think, in the industry, if not 100, love the horses, love the game, and there's a reason why we do it. And it's not we go out there every time to win a race. I think a lot of drivers, 100% of the drivers would go out there to win a race. But there's a lot more tactics involved, but there's also a lot more love of the horses. And I could be wrong, but I think you got a bit of a soft spot for Victor in a strange sort of way.
I don't have a soft spot for Victor. Victor takes very good care of himself. The other mic'd up I did was a horse called Pink Pistol, and she's a miniature pony, and she's kind of not always the soundest, but she's tough and an amazing attitude and just loves to race and always going forward. So it's pretty funny too. But that one I would say I have a soft spot for, but Victor, no soft spot. I absolutely 100% love the horses, but Victor's taking care of himself just fine. He's never going to hurt himself or exert himself, so I don't need to worry about Victor.
He's a quirky. He must be a quirky bugger by the sound, or the way you were talking about the video. You knew a lot about him. Call
him quirky or lazy, whatever you want to call him.
At the start of the video, and as I said, I'll play it up in the top corner at the minute. But at the end of this video interview, I'll actually put it on in its entirety. And as I said, that's been brought to you thankfully by InfoTrack and Woodbine. You have a good little chat as you're going around, but when you're going up to the gate, you get a bit of driving instructions from James. I'm presuming that's James McDonald, because the McDonalds don't mind a little bit of a chat.
No, me and James have a lot of fun. And the joke behind that is they mic me up all the time. Like, I know Luke, who runs it, he likes using me because he always gets something funny or noteworthy, and they get good feedback. But for every 20 times he sends me out, 19 times I'll forget. I just won't say anything. So then we tried some different tactics, and we tried putting green tape all over my arm, green tape over my whip. We tried putting tape over the lines as a reminder I'd forget. So this time we went right to the source, and Luke and me told James, make sure going to the gate you tell me that I have to do the mic'd up. So that's where that joke came from.
They don't mind a yap, though, the McDonald's, do they?
Pardon me?
They don't mind a bit of a yap, the McDonald boys, either, though, do they?
No, they don't hesitate, no. And James I've only ever really worked with James. I know them all, but me and James, he's a great guy to go to work with at night. I mean, we have a lot of fun.
On the video, mate, right at the minute, it's just, I don't know where, you're getting dropped off. You're about 6-7 lengths off the horse in front of you. And by the tone of your voice, you sort of actually thought you're in a little bit of trouble. Now you're getting up outside the leader and you're getting to the line. What's a mindset driving Victor? What's a go with him back there? Does he just drop the bit and doesn't care, or how's it work?
Oh, well, that one that was in front of him is a runaway. So I knew he would come back eventually, but it didn't look like it was a 3/4 pole. And I know Victor, he wasn't going to, most horses will track that speed and then wear themselves down, but not Victor. Victor was going to take his time, and, then horses kind of came up behind him, and he went a little bit, and then that one on front started stopping, and he thought he was a good horse, so he was going by one, and then he realized he had the front, and panic mode set in that he might win the race, so he started slowing down in an aggressive fashion. That's where I yelled, "Where's the wire?"
What is your mindset when you do these? Because a lot of the guys here in Australia are keen to do them, and I think we can do them. I think there's a way around being able to do them. But you said there that you do 19 out of 20. You forget to talk.
Completely forget that I'm wearing the microphone.
Yep. On this one, you started chatting the whole time. Is it just once you start yourself, you sort of got to keep yourself going and just keep talking randomly?
The ones where I talk to it in the post parade, and then it just kind of stays with me. I don't know why I forget, but when I've got it on, I remember it the whole time. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't distract me at all. But at the same time, I can do my job and position them and do everything I'm supposed to do. But I definitely try and have some fun with it when I'm doing it. And I don't know if you saw the Pink Pistol one.
No.
I found it funny, and I thought a lot of people found it funny too. And just as she's getting to the wire, she's going to win. I said, "Oh, Pistol was packing tonight." So I mean, it doesn't seem to hinder or bother you as long as you remember. And I think it's there has to be a lighter side of the sport too, and I have a lot of fun with it.
I'm not sure it wasn't James McDonald. It was someone, and they commented they were going to win quite comfortably, and they actually commented that now you know what we do. We just sit back and I can't remember.
Lean back and get your picture taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he knows how to have fun with it too. And I like James's other one. He gets away and he's explaining in the post parade what trip he doesn't want. And then he lands exactly there and goes, "And this is what's called being in a horrible position."
And there was another one as well where he said the same thing. There's only one spot we don't want to be in, and ended up winning the race too. I'm not sure if it was. I don't know who that was actually. I'm not even going to try and guess. Mate, what Woodbine do? You say about having fun. That's one way of trying to sell our sport is that we do have fun. Woodbine do lots of other videos they do about random chats, and that's why I think anyone should go to one of those 3 or 4 sites that I have. They actually have got a Facebook page as well, which I think was just Woodbine Racetrack as well there, but it combined a few. But they do other videos going along about random stuff. They did one about Halloween, and you dressed up as Austin Powers. I don't get Halloween. I thought you meant to be, a ghost or a gremlin or something like that. But you reckon Austin Powers was the way to go?
My wife Jody picked it. She thought it was funny. So hey, it worked out. I mean, I think I got more attention than my son did.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Your wife picked it out, and by the sounds of it, you were getting more people checking you out than anyone else. Your wife might have to change. But yeah. One of the other ones was the funniest things that's happened, and I want you to explain this a little bit more. But returning to the winning circle when you haven't won a race.
I've done that twice.
Twice.
Where you think you've won a race, and you're going back, and all of a sudden you get to the winner's circle and you look up and there's not your people there, and you're like, oh no, and then you do the walk of shame all the way back to the paddock. So that's a horrible feeling.
Here in Australia, we go like the top 5 have to return back to the winning post, and then the winner hangs around if he's getting interviewed or photos taken and everything else like that. Whereas in America, it's only the winner that goes back to the winning post or the winning circle. Or
that's right, yeah.
Or Canada, yeah.
And it's just the winner goes back. But equally embarrassing is, I like to chirp the other drivers a lot, and my favorite one is if I beat somebody by a nose. whether it be first, second, or third, I'll look over at them right at the wire, and if it's really tight and I think I got it, I'll look over and be like, "Did you hang on for second?" Or anyway, I've done that to Jonathan Dury twice, and both times I was wrong, and he beat me, and he hasn't let me live it down yet. He reminds me of that every single time.
You guys seem to have a lot of fun. Like, I think it seems like it's encouraged to have fun.
A few of us do, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's everybody. I mean, there's certain people like me and James. We're always laughing and joking, and we kind of draw that out in people too. Like I play around with Jonathan, and Trevor Henry's a lot of fun. Sylvain Fillion, he's about as entertaining as paint drying. You can't even crack a smile with that guy. He's just like, about as exciting as an envelope. So
I'm tipping you'll show him this interview too. Is that right?
Pardon me?
You'll show him this interview?
Oh, I'll show him. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He needs to know. He needs to know he has things he's got to work on. He can be as good a driver as he wants, gain a personality.
But that's one of the challenges. I think every jurisdiction in harness racing has challenges. It's it's trying to reach out to a new audience and showcase the way we really are.
Yeah, I think so, and I think there's a lot of ways to do that, and a lot of ways nobody's ever tried. And until you try something, you don't know if it's going to work. And it's absolutely amazing the job that Luke's done with these mic'd up videos, because the attention it's getting is unbelievable.
Yep.
You see it on the biggest sports station here, which we don't get any airtime on, but you see that. And it's like I say, you in Australia saw it, that lady in Great Britain going crazy over it. And they're sending in requests for horses that they like to watch, that they want them mic'd up to get to know them better.
Yep.
And, if he had never tried this, then we'd never know this. And this took a long time to catch on before finally, people started to take notice.
Yep. No, people are taking notice, that's for sure, and I really like it. And I also like just one thing that I think it's called the Driving Force. I might be wrong, but the December 20, you've got a holiday challenge to raise, I was going to say money, but I think it's to raise toys for underprivileged kids by the looks of it going forward. Is that right? Have I read that right?
Yeah, I don't know the exact details of the charity, but yes, there's 4 drivers from WEG and 4 drivers from Western Fair are going to compete and donate our earnings for I believe that's the charity. It's underprivileged kids at Christmas. So
absolutely sensational, and I think that's something that harness racing does do very, very well over here and abroad. We can raise awareness in a different way.
I think so. And I've always found that it's an industry that always looks after, the have-nots, and we're always giving back.
Absolutely. It's all right, the trash talk and all the rest. Whereabouts do you stand over there? Like, we get to see a lot of your races and all the rest, but we don't get to see a lot of your titles and how you go winners-wise and all the rest. Bob, whereabouts do you fit over there in Mohawk and the like?
Well, for Canada, I've got a pretty big lead at money-wise. I think I'm sitting 4th for wins in Canada. And then at Woodbine Entertainment, I have a pretty good lead money-wise, and I'm sitting 2nd for wins behind Doug McNair. Or Sylvain Fillion, I'm sorry.
You'll upset Doug.
Doug's not gonna like that.
He seems a dry cat too. I was watching a few of those catch-ups, and even his funny jokes, he doesn't really crack a smile at himself, but they are actually funny.
He's not very good at interviews. He gets a little intimidated, I think.
I better not bag him out too much. I might want to chat. I might want to chat to him. You're actually not driving at the minute. You've got to have a fortnight off because you went to America and you've got to come back and just sit it out for a fortnight. But do you look forward to driving in the winter and the likes? I know when Anthony and Jody Jamieson and them were over here, they were looking forward to the Australian summer to be able to feel some real warmth because it's very, very cold. Do you look forward to driving in the winter months?
You know what? It has its benefits too. I mean, it's not near as nice going out to do any job when it's cold or snowing or rain. But an added benefit is if once it dips below 0 and stays there, there's no muddy night. I like that. I'd take negative 20 degrees Celsius over mud any day. We only drive 3 or 4 nights a week. That's nice. So I get 3 nights a week home with my family. In the summer, we're going pretty much 7 days a week. If we're not at Mohawk, then we're on the road. And obviously the summer's a great time. The best horses racing, the stake races, the good weather. But, there's a sense of calm about the winter where, it's stress-free, going to work, like I say, it's an enjoyable time of year.
Very good. Bob, I've enjoyed catching up. What are your colours? Are they predominantly blue and white?
No, they're such a dark navy blue that it's almost black, and then such a bright silver that it's almost like a blue, and then gold piping.
Blue, silver, and gold piping. I wasn't far off. I gave you white, blue, and a bit of yellow around the. I gave you a bit of piping around your name. You can't see it yet, but you'll see it when it happens.
Yeah, no problem.
Bob, I'm going to say thank you very much, mate. I love the mic'd up. I think Luke, whoever Luke's surname is, one, I've got to say thank you. I did it all through the right channels. They've okayed me to use the footage and also to be able to catch up with you. So I must say well done to them. Must say well done to Woodbine. All their 3 handles are there. And as I said, I think it's Woodbine Mohawk on Facebook as well to get there. I'll say thank you for that. Must say a big thank you to Victor Invictus too. I think it's a great name, and also he's a ripping horse. I think what he's done, he's catapulted Mic'd up a lot further as well, mate. So thank you very much for your time, Bob, and I really, really appreciate it, mate.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
This should be a fun one for Mic'd Up. We have here Victor Invictus. Wow. He's got quite a little bit of ability, nice horse, nice to drive. His main issue is he's not a very ambitious horse. So you kind of got to trick him into doing his work because he doesn't like to be bothered and he won't go on his own. So he's pretty clever, old Victor.
Bob, you're mic'd up, don't forget.
Hey, thanks, James. I had to get James to remind me because I'm bad about forgetting now. All right, let's see what we can do, Victor. You get them on the gate early. Sometimes they think that they're raring to go, and that's what I mean by you can trick them into wanting to go. That way they don't think you're asking them like it's their idea. This is about perfect. That's the horse to beat right there. We'll follow her as long as we can. Victor likes to follow. He's not big on keeping the front, but following, he's good at that. That other one wants to go too fast, so Victor's gonna get his feelings hurt. Just try and fish at him, try and keep him up on the bit. Like I say, try and trick him into going. You don't want him to get tired chasing that one. Make him think he's rating his own mile. Victor! Victor! Pay attention! No, Victor's unhappy. That other one, it don't even look like it's gonna get tired. Come on, Victor! Hey! Come on, Victor! Yeah! Yeah! Come on, Victor! We're swarmed! Victor got it! You see Victor? You see him go? You see how fast he went there when things opened up? I'm telling you, the last 50 feet, I was like, oh, they're coming from everywhere. Oh, when we got to the wire, we were going so slow, I just ducked. I'm like, I'm going to get hit.